Welcome back, Trinity people. We're getting you ready to meditate with us on Wednesday nights. This time, we're talking about the energy of, what is it, Lou?
It is welcoming.
It is welcoming. That's right. Welcoming is very powerful energy. It's often overlooked. People think it's just about being friendly and saying hi, come on in. It's a little more than that, and when we meditate, we want you to have a sensation of it, not just an idea in your head. That's what all these videos are about. If you don't know by now, be a part of what we're doing here. Click that like button, subscribe to this channel, be part of our weekly rollout of energies so that you can help us change the world by changing the consciousness. As I said, this week we're talking about welcoming, and welcoming is a wonderful energy that enfolds things, makes them part of the process. And I have a very useful self-defense technique that I relate to that energy, and we're going to get Claire out here now to help us demonstrate it. Very simple thing. If somebody grabs you, your immediate instinct may be to, fight this, but instead, we're going to say that you welcome it in. You just sort of encircle it. I call this the vine arm. It appears in a lot of different martial arts. If Claire were to grab me and our arms were about the same length, I could probably just do this. But if there's any difference in arm length, it helps if you turn your body a little bit. Just makes the angle better. Because of that, I always tell people to move their foot at the same time as their arm. People think this is a kick. It's not a kick. It just gets your arm and leg to move because it turns your body in exactly the right way. So grab. I go up and over, and then I've got her locked up. This right here is my lever. When I do that, puts pressure on that shoulder. It's a graduated technique because at this point, nobody's hurt anybody. I've just got this nice leverage. I can make it worse if I want. I could turn this into a throw. I could go ahead and put some extreme pressure on that shoulder, maybe dislocate it. But all of that happens later as I see exactly how confrontational this is going to be. So, if I grab Claire, she's going to go up and over, and your hand should end up in the other person's armpit, almost like you're talking to a puppet. You got a puppet on your hand there. If it's down like this, it's not as effective. You got to get it to the point where you're looking at your own hand. That's the technique. It's super useful, as I said, because it starts small and you can increase the intensity of it. This can just be like, I come up and I grab you and I go, hey, and you're like, whoop! I'm like, sorry, didn't mean anything. And at this point, nobody's hurt. You can just back away. Probably when somebody grabs you, though, there's another thing coming. So if you get to that point and you realize here comes something else, you just romp down on that. Pull your elbow down, throws my balance off. I can't make this thing happen too well. It's a super flexible technique, but it also encompasses that idea that welcoming starts by taking something that they've offered, whether it be a hostile thing or a friendly thing, but they have made some sort of connection where they're now attached to your space, either because they're saying something bad about you, or they're saying something good about you, or they offered a thing that you can join, or they offered to judge you or punish you and so on. It doesn't matter, but they've put some energy out and it's contacting your energy field, and you can now welcome it by encircling it and holding it, drawing it in. The more you draw it in, the stronger it gets. That's the whole secret of welcoming, is that welcoming starts with anything that's offered and makes it part of your process, and the more intensity you put into it, the more you draw it in. You can use this in daily life. If we were to act this out, and Claire grabs me and she's like, I hear it's really expensive to live in your community. All right? She's made a connection now. She's talking directly to me about something that I maybe have some influence over, and she's got a hostile attitude. We are connected by this topic that she brought up now. Our knee-jerk reaction is to go, no, it's not, and refute whatever we see as a hostile action or a hostile judgment. But if I refute that, then our connection is broken. So instead, you say,
I hear it's really expensive to live in your community.
and I might say something like, there are some really nice, top-notch places to live, but we also have smaller spaces that are a little more economical. What's your budget? And now we're engaged. Now I've drawn her into the conversation instead of pushed her away. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
That's all welcoming does. It starts with whatever connection you have, and it encircles it rather than fights against it. Got it?
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's all we want for you to get tonight is a sensation. You can practice whenever you go into a situation, before you open the door, before you talk to this person, before you call on the phone. Just give yourself one of these and feel that whatever is being offered, I'm going to encircle it, enfold it into the topic, and move from there, drawing it further in instead of refuting it and pushing it away. If you think this stuff's really cool, you should stay tuned for more Trinity.